And then black folks, you started that shit about they were just picking on Michael because he was black. Michael Jackson black? Did you see that mugshot? I thought it was a tropical fish. How about when famous people die? We just kind of, just a little too far? Wait, let's see. How about Anna Nicole Smith? A little overboard with that. Yeah, she died, and everybody was shocked. Yeah, I guess it's hard to understand how somebody that took such good care of herself could just drop dead like that. 500 pounds one week, 50 the next week. Think drugs may have been involved. No fucking shit. And then she's dead. Did they bury her? No, they had to drag her all over the world like the dead guy from Weekend at Bernie's. 6 weeks worth of DNA tests. They should have even heard of the DNA test. She was such a fucking whore, you can't even be sure if that kid was hers. I'll start again, because you know that kid was glad to be born. Because you know being pregnant didn't slow Anna's action down one bit. That poor kid spent 9 months going, hey! And how many thousands of white people living in trailer parks really believe that Elvis is still alive? Of course, no, we ain't alone there, because black folks, you got Tupac. And Tupac comes out with one more new CD. I'm going to start thinking he's still alive. I wonder if this heaven got a ghetto. No, it's got a recording studio. Is what but with white people, it's not just Elvis. I saw a guy last week saying that John Denver was still alive. John Denver, remember him? My God, I'm a country boy. Well, he should have stayed a country boy, because he sure as hell wasn't a pilot. Who the fuck taught him how to fly? JFK Jr.? What, is it too soon? Besides, I'm waiting for that CD to drop. John Denver's greatest hit. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. Now there is a perfect textbook example of the stupidity of racism. When I was a kid growing up, do you know what the racial slur was about Mexicans? That they were lazy. Have you ever heard a bigger fucking lie in your life? These are the hardest working people on the planet. That's the damn truth. You give a Mexican a bicycle, half hour later, that's a rolling 7-Eleven. We got Home Depots, and we got a lot of illegal immigrants, and we got legal Mexicans that go to Home Depot, wait around. And I was at a black comedy show a couple weeks ago. See, the difference is, white people, you see, when I go to these clubs, you know, I'm the only white person in the room. And instead of like you do, like look over to black folks to see if it's okay to laugh, they look over at me and say, you don't like it, get the fuck out. That's how that shit works, okay? But this black comic was on stage saying that white people were all racist. Here's the reason he gave. He said that white people will think nothing of pulling up to Home Depot, seeing 5 Mexicans standing around looking for work, throw them in their car and drive off, but would never even dream of putting 5 brothers in the car and driving away. I said, you know something? This guy's got a point. But then I realized that I'd never seen 5 brothers standing around looking for work, so you know, you gotta tell the whole fucking story, I mean. 3 weeks ago, Pechanga Casino gig I got, right? Show's over, this gorgeous, full-blooded Cherokee Indian comes up to me, says she wants to come to my hotel room, and I figured, fuck yes, bring it, right? Soon as we get there, I realize the purpose of her visit is to tell me how much she hates white people, how much the white man fucked up her life, how much the white man fucked over her ancestors, and I realized that pussy is pretty much out of the picture. So I needed a new plan. So I broke out a Monopoly set, got her drunk, and stole all their property. Parents of all races, please, if you have a daughter, start dressing her fucking age, please. Would you do that? Okay? Because there comes a point where this shit ain't my fault anymore. You know what I'm saying? I had a girl come up to me a couple of days ago, gorgeous, flirty as hell, and the whole time I'm thinking, you have got to be too young. I mean, I know she's too young. Sure as hell, she gives me her phone number, takes a couple of steps, her shoes lit up. And these wheels came out, she just kind of glided down the street, you know. Which one did you just get? I know some of you thinking, what about Eminem? I got a question. How fast do you think Eminem turns white when he gets pulled over by the police? You know, he's rolling with the crew, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Extra to Z, they're smoking blunts, Eminem's driving, all of a sudden, woo! Here's what I think happens. Lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. Fucking A, dude. This is bogus. Oh, hello, officer. I'm so glad you stopped me. These 3 Negroes are holding me hostage. Black folks, please stop making fun of our names. Every time I hear a black comic making a joke about white people, he always uses the same names. They call us Bob and Becky and Scooter and Jim, you know. I'm thinking, yeah, that's some bullshit because black folks use the same fucking names that we do. The only difference is at the end of it, you put E-L-L-E-I-Q-U-E or I-S-H-A. Let's take Jim, Jamel, Jameek. It's a girl, Jamisha. You see how that shit works? And all the little white boys that are running around that watch all the rap videos, they get some gold chains, their daddy buys them a Hummer, and they drive around all day playing projects, projects. Get the fuck back to Piedmont, Josh. And these little shitheads think, well, it's okay to drop the N-bomb as long as you don't put the on the end. If you put the on the end, that just shows how ignorant you have to be of the black culture to think like that. Why? Because nowhere in the entire black culture will you hear the sound Motherfucker, motherfucker. Gangster, gangster. I'm Roger. I gotta be Roger. Black people don't even watch ER. You gotta watch everything I say. Did a joke a couple weeks ago about Tiger Woods. Everybody jumped on me. Don't you realize he's a hero? Yeah, maybe. Okay, look. Besides being the greatest golfer in history, which he is, he's also an international businessman. He's got his own stock holdings, his own clothing line, his own real estate holdings. But just because his mother's from Thailand and his father was black, it's not a good idea for me to be calling him a tycoon. The black people are laughing, white people, okay?